Welcome to a new episode of Dragon Ball Discourse, or Dragon Discourse. Today, we're going to be talking about some of the new stuff coming out for Dragon Ball this past week. So in case you missed it, I made a couple videos this week discussing the new Sandland stuff that was announced, and I was also hypothesizing what could have been announced at the Summer Game Fest. Again, it was just Sandland. I know that's Dragon Ball adjacent, so I do tend to report on that just whenever I need something to talk about, because the Dragon Ball season is kind of dry. We're getting Dragon Ball Superhero recapped in the manga, and that's it. And we actually got some new news about that. So we had the draft pages release, but as well as that, I'm going to talk about a few other things. So first off, I just want to say, I haven't played Dragon Ball Legends in quite a while, but apparently, as you can see from this image here, they are teasing Super Saiyan Blue Shallot. And I know that's pretty hype, and some people are excited about that, so I just wanted to mention that here at the top of the show. If that gets you excited enough to play the game again, go ahead. I always really respected Dragon Ball Legends for its story. It's not exactly original or breathtaking, or, it's not like high fantasy or anything like that, but it's fun. So I do want to actually get back to playing Dragon Ball Legends one day. Maybe I would even make a video series of just me playing the story and kind of reacting to the story and stuff, but yeah, that's interesting, I guess. And the next thing I want to talk about is the fact that Bandai Namco Entertainment Showcase 2023 is going to be starting at 4:30 p.m., ending at 5:30 p.m., July 1st, and they will possibly be announcing some new games. So this could have to do with Dragon Ball. That's something you really want to keep your eye out for. Again, this is going to be July 1st, about in the middle of the day, 4:30 p.m. to 5:50 p.m. It doesn't say on here if it's EST or PST right off the bat, but I'm sure that'll get clarified soon. So if you're watching this video and it's not been clarified, you can go ahead and Google it and you'll pretty much find your answer there. Alright, and the next story is the new Dragon Ball Z Kakarot DLC 5 V-Jump pages. So, I love Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, man. It is so fun. So, what we can see on these screenshots here is obviously Goku. We got Goku fighting Tien. We got Tien fighting Mercenary Tao before he became a cyborg. That's interesting. Some beat up Tien there. And then, of course, we see in the bottom left Goku versus Giant Piccolo. We also get a look at Piccolo and Kami, disguised Kami. Alright, looking at the next image here, we got Goku after the battle and he's won. We also see, this is really fun, Goku versus Chi-Chi. So I figured that they'd be leaving that in there, but it looks like really good. I really love the way Dragon Ball Z Kakarot really adapts stuff to their game. I know a lot of people have said that they don't like how Dragon Ball Z Kakarot looks, but I love it. I think it looks better than Xenoverse. I'll say that. Okay. And we also see Goku. Obviously he got much taller, and we see that he's interacting with the gang there, just like in the show. And then we got Tien marching out onto the stage with Mercenary Tao, who is a cyborg at this point. That's fun. Then, of course, it shows the new gameplay and being on the ground and stuff like that. So, that's interesting. That's fun. And yeah, so that's the new look at Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Let's hope it's fun. I mean, I'm excited for it. Alright, now, this is going to be the much debated, much maligned, much controversial, much talked about section where we discuss the latest chapter coming out on the 20th of June, chapter 94, and they actually showed the draft pages. Now, what do we get in these draft pages? Well, it's more of the same. So, these translations are coming from at Super Chronicles, who was DBS Chronicles. He changed his at, but he translated it. Of course, the original pages come from the official Dragon Ball website. Alright, so we start with sorry for being late, bye-bye. So it's just like kids picking up their parents picking up their kids. Pan's looking all sad, just like the movie. And then the red ribbon guy says, "Is that Gohan's daughter?" Piccolo says, "Yes." And then we got some stuff in the background of people saying, "What's an aircraft doing here?" Looks like all the other kids are gone. Her mother's not here too, so let's just kidnap her and be on our way. It's just a little bread anyway, he says. "Do you think your mother will be here soon?" Pan says, "Yeah." Pan-chan, sorry I'm late. Your mom asked Uncle to pick you up, so let's get going then. say goodbye to your teach, and then Pan
Stop fucking lying! God fucking damn it! I'm getting pissed now.
The teacher says, "Oh my, what's going on?" And Pan says, "I don't know this person," which is so funny for a little girl to say. Just the way she said it in the movie was so funny. And then we got her squaring up on Piccolo at first, just like in the movie, and then she recognizes him, and he says, "Well, I'm surprised you can tell." She says, "Of course, I can read your key, Piccolo." And he says, "Impressive." "Oh, so this Piccolo is a friend of yours then." "Sorry to startle you, but this was all a part of her training," Piccolo says. "After all, she's the granddaughter of the wealthy Mr. Satan." "Oh, I see. Thank goodness." Right, so just like in the movie. And then we get one new page of content where it's just a little exchange between Piccolo and a cop. The cop says, "Hey you, is this your aircraft?" Piccolo says, "Yeah, that's right." Pan says, "Hey, come on, you can't park it over here." And then the cop looks startled for a second. "Oh, aren't you Mr. Satan's granddaughter? Does it belong to you? Please forgive my rudeness." And then Pan says, "Sorry, we'll move it right now." And then the cop says, "Please take care." And then they're like, "Whose plane is this? It belongs to the same evil people who call themselves the Red Ribbon Army." Pan says, "What's going on?" Piccolo says, "I'll tell you once we take off." And then, of course, we get back into the movie where it says, "For now, can you put on these handcuffs? You can easily take them off, right?" Pan says, "Piece of cake." And, you know, he messes up just like in the movie and is a bad driver. And, yeah, so it's pretty much just the movie from then on, so I don't really got to recap the other 2 pages because everybody knows what's going on. So, that's that. Of course, as you would expect, it is more or less the same thing that we have been getting.
What?
Now, here's the interesting thing. The official chapter has leaked. I won't be posting all those pages, but the interesting thing is that it seems to end around the time Gohan turns into a Super Saiyan. So, there still might be a couple or a few chapters left in this arc, thinking about how much new stuff they want to include. And from what I can see, the leaked pages, there's only 8 of the pages leaked, so it's possible that there's still some new stuff that's different from the movie. So I might even have enough material to make another chapter versus the movie comparison, or I might not. That just depends. We'll have to see how that works out there. But yeah, that was the video for the day, and it was mid because there's not a lot to talk about. And that really isn't a big deal at the end of the day because I can't expect there to be new stuff to talk about in Dragon Ball every single week. But you look at stuff like Star Wars, Marvel, DC, these are brands, these are universes with several stories. I think Dragon Ball could be the same way, but I think the way they look at it is Shonen Jump is that universe. You know, there's DC, which is so many comics enveloping one universe. There is Marvel, so many comics enveloping one universe, so many movies, so many games. There's Star Wars, same thing, so many movies, games, comics. But with Dragon Ball, there's the main comic, there's or manga, there's the Dragon Ball Heroes manga, there's the game. So it's kind of similar to them in a way, but I think you could do more Dragon Ball spin-off manga that actually take place in the main continuity of Dragon Ball Super, like focusing on Trunks or something, I don't know. And it could really bolster, I don't want to say bolster sales, I mean of course it would, but it would just leave us with more to talk about. Again, this wouldn't really be an issue if Dragon Ball Super wasn't adapting the superhero arc right now and really boring a lot of people. And I'm not the only one who's saying that. That's actually something that I've seen a lot of people say, is that this...
There's no reason for me to live! No reason at all!
This arc, they're pretty much not reading, and then they're just going to come back when it's finished. Which makes sense, but from a sales point of view, that's not good. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you have something to say, comment down below. And of course, if you feel like subscribing, I will see you in the next one. Peace off.